Reaper ghost target, and retired Lieutenant Colonel and Fox News military analyst David Hunt. All right, Colonel Hunt, I'm going to go to you first. What are these airstrikes? What is the message that these airstrikes, not just by the United States, but joined by France and the UK, what message do they send, not just to Syria, but to Russia and Iran?
In context, Judge, we did this last year, about the same time, to an air base. The problem is, between that strike and this one, there's probably about 12 chemical attacks that Assad's done on the regime. The message we attempted to send is, don't do this. The problem is it's not effective because it doesn't get at the Russian involvement in Iran, which we're unwilling to do. So this, although it's a very capable strike, was well-timed, very precise, well done by the military, which is the best in the world. The message, in my opinion, was limited, and it does not it won't stop Assad from using his chemical weapons again.
All right, I'm going to go to you, General Tata. What about North Korea? I asked about Russia and Iran. What impact does this have on North Korea, if any?
I think North Korea is watching all of this. This is a president that's very resolute, that is actually synchronizing all the elements of national power, as we've talked about on your show before, diplomatic, information, military, economic. And he's done that in North Korea through diplomacy, military, flexible deterrent options, economic olive branches, and information warfare. His tweets are information warfare.
Yeah.
Now you turn and you apply that to what's happened here in Syria. You know, he's worked the diplomatic piece. He got a coalition, France, Great Britain, and really they're the only two NATO countries that are interested in fighting. The rest are part of the cocktail circuit. So, they've got the real fighters there in NATO. And
okay. Let me go to you, Colonel Hunt. What do you think about if Assad were to use chemical weapons again? Are we to assume that we're going to go back in again? Although I understand that this attack wasn't just on the plant, but it was on the research and development. It was on where they created some of these items, that it was more than what it was a year ago. Do you ever foresee us sending boots on the ground?
No, again, the context of this is we've been at war for over 17 years, and we've got Afghanistan and 15 in Iraq, and that's the context. Also, because the Russians are so prominent there, they're putting a naval base in, and the Iranian influence, we've got about 2,000 soldiers on the ground advising. I do not see us, and I'd recommend against it, getting in the middle of this Syrian war, which, by the way, the Syrian and Russian Iran have won. That war is about done because of Russia and Iran's involvement.
Okay, and finally, General, what do you make of the left opposing the president's action in Syria?
Well, the left is obsessing over porn stars and fiction novels like Comey's book, and while the president is doing the hard business of foreign policy that Obama was just never interested in. The president has allowed us to defeat ISIS. He's got North Korea to the negotiating table. He's taken very firm action, as Nikki Haley said today. A red line means something to us in this president. And so this president is working hard for the American people, whereas Obama and Comey and the rest of that were just in trying to aggrandize their power.
Just make-believe lines in the sand.
That's right.
General Anthony Tata, Colonel David Hunt, thanks so much for being with us tonight. And J. Christian Adams and Joe Concha still ahead, but next, Anthony Scaramucci comes to justice. He'll join me live in a moment.